Hello and welcome to your 20-minute hips focus flow. This class is a great class for beginners. So if you've never done any kind of hip opening before, if you've never even stepped foot on a yoga mat before, this is a great class for you. We're going to be taking it nice and slow. There's going to be lots of variations along the way. So I look forward to you joining me for this practice. Make sure you have a block handy, and if you don't have a block to rest your hands on, if you have a mason jar at home, that's a great option as well. And if you don't have a block, I'll show you an option without it, so don't worry. If you have your block, you can just place it near the top right side of your mat for now. That's where we'll be grabbing it from later. And then just start by finding a comfortable seat. Your eyes can close if that feels comfortable, or if you'd prefer to just gaze down softly in front of you, you can. Your palms can rest either face up or face down, your choice. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back. Gently pull your belly button towards your spine so that you feel your mid-body working, holding you up. And then reach the crown of your head up. So notice if you kind of have your chin lifted and you're reaching your forehead up, I invite you to really reach the very crown, the very, very top of your head up to the sky. Unclench your jaw here. Release the tongue from the top of the mouth, let it soften, and just begin to notice your breath. Notice how the inhale is moving the body, and notice how the exhale softens the body. Inhale again, and exhale. Last cycle, inhale here, allowing this time of focusing on the breath to help you be present here and now. And exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to open the eyes and you're going to roll onto your back. So we're actually going to take our head and place it towards the top of our mat. Legs are going to extend out nice and long towards the back of the room. Here, your palms can come face up. Just feel what it feels like to be supported on the ground. Take one of those long, slow, controlled inhales here. Feel how the body expands. And then exhale, notice how the body softens right into the ground. On your next inhale, we're going to bend the knees, plant the soles of the feet on the ground, hip width apart. And as you do so, you might feel like pressing gently into the feet, tucking the tailbone towards the knees, and then pressing the low back down to the ground. As you inhale, we're going to bring the right knee in towards the body, interlace your fingers on the right shin, or maybe the back of the right thigh. Gently squeeze that leg in, letting the head and shoulder blades be relaxed on the ground. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll release the hands down by the sides, palms face up. Exhale, flex through the right foot, and then cross the right ankle over top of the right thigh, coming into figure 4. So here you're going to actively press that right ankle into the thigh so that you feel an opening through that right outer hip. We're energetically thinking of getting this right knee all the way towards the back of the mat. Now you can stay here if you're already feeling a stretch through the right IT band and right glute, or you can start to bring that left knee in towards the body. If that's the case, you can also thread your right arm in between that gap between your thighs. Interlace your fingers on the back of the left thigh or on top of the left shin. Head and shoulder blades stay connected to the ground. So if in order to reach the shin or the thigh, you had to round the spine or lift the head up off the ground, then maybe you just take it a step back. No big deal. Find what feels best for you and your body for one more cycle of breath. And then your next inhale, start just by releasing the hands. And then exhale, slowly lower that left foot back down to the ground if it was lifted. And then we uncross the right leg. Inhale, switching sides, left knee comes in towards the body. Fingers interlace on the shin or on the back of the thigh and squeeze that left leg in. Beautiful. Next inhale, we release the hands beside the body, palms face up. flex through that left foot. As you exhale, you cross left ankle over top of right thigh. And that ankle's placed right above the knee. Again, press ankle in towards the thigh to open up that left outer hip. Now, if you're already feeling this in the left IT band in towards the glute, then you can stay right here just as you are. If you'd like a deeper stretch, start bending that right knee in towards the body. Again, you can thread the left arm in that gap between the thighs and interlace the fingers on the back of the right thigh or on top of the right shin. Wherever you're at, don't forget to breathe. Unclench the jaw. One more cycle of breath here. Big inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, start by releasing the hands. And then exhale, slowly bringing the sole of the right foot back down. And then uncrossing that left leg. Inhale, reach the arms up above the head, really stretch. And then exhale, roll onto your left or right side, your choice. And then we're gonna press ourselves up into tabletop position. So in your tabletop, hands are planted beneath the wrists. Knees are right beneath the hips. Untuck those toes. And so you really wanna press into your hands here. Especially press into the pads of the knuckles of the first finger and the thumb on both hands with your fingers spread wide. That's going to take some pressure out of the wrists. Grip back with your fingertips here. And let's flow through some cat-cow. Inhale, your tailbone lifts. Bring your shoulder blades onto the back as your chest shines forward. Look forward. And then exhale, press into the hands, the shins, the tops of the feet as you round the spine. Look towards your belly button. 2 more just like that. Move nice and slow. Inhale, move into your cow back. And then exhale, rounding the spine into your cat. 1 more cycle just like that. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, we find our nice neutral tabletop. Tuck the toes under, and then exhale, hover the knees. Keep the knees really bent as you press through the hands, making your way into your downward facing dog. Now keep the knees really bent to start here. Really press into the hands, and so you feel this beautiful spaciousness through the upper back, mid back, low back. With the knees bent here, you'll feel this lengthening more. And then you can start pedaling out the feet, working to bring one heel to the ground at a time. Beautiful. In your downward facing dog, it's totally okay to keep those knees bent the entire time. On our next inhale, we find some stillness in our downward facing dog. Working those heels to the ground, and it's okay if they don't connect, and it's okay to have that bend in the knees. The next inhale, we'll get heavy in the left heel. We're gonna inhale, reach the right toes up and back towards the sky, 3-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, come up high on the ball of the left foot. Bring the right knee in towards the chest, towards the nose. Weight comes forward. Plant that right foot in between your hands. Now, if it doesn't quite make it, you can use the hand to help the foot up. Spider your fingertips, and then we'll drop the left knee down. Engage the glutes here. Think of scissoring your inner thighs, and your back toes can be tucked or untucked, your choice. Inhale, we're gonna reach those arms forward, and then they're gonna come up nice and high, low crescent lunge. Exhale, goal post the arms. Think of lifting the chest towards the sky, nice heart opening. Inhale, again, reach the crown of the head forward, reach the fingertips down and up, belly button towards the spine, and then exhale, open through the chest. Last cycle, just like that. Inhale, arms sweep forward and up, press into the front foot to give you lift, and then exhale, chest opens. Inhale, arms reach up, and then exhale, our left hand is gonna plant down beneath our left shoulder. Right hand comes on top of the right thigh. As you inhale, press into the right thigh with that right palm, spiraling your chest towards the right, and then look over top of your right shoulder. Option here as well to inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Shoulder blades are on the back. Think of stacking your shoulders, and also think of reaching the crown of your head forward as opposed to finding a back bend here. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, this top hand is going to cartwheel forward until it frames the front foot. Come onto spidered fingertips. Inhale, tuck the left toes under if they aren't, pick up the knee. And then exhale, we blade the back foot. So the heel is going to spiral down to the ground. Pinky edge side of that left foot parallel with the back of the mat. Inhale, reach the left arm forward and then reverse cartwheel. You're going to come all the way up into your warrior two. So take a look down at your feet to start. That right heel will intersect with the left arch. Shoulder blades are rolled onto the back. I prefer having my palms face up to encourage a little extra heart opening. Beautiful. Inhale, keep the bend in that front knee as you find exalted warrior. Those right fingertips reach up, look up, left fingertips meet the back leg, and then exhale, come back to your warrior two. Inhale, we straighten through our front leg, and this is where you can grab your block to prepare and place it on the outside edge of that right calf. So coming into triangle pose, so straightening that front leg again, but notice if you're locking out the knee, so feel free to add a little bend into it. Inhale, reach that right arm forward, starting to shift that right hip underneath the left, and then exhale, that hand can plant onto the block. If you don't have a block, fingertips can rest gently on the shin. Now from here, a few cues to get us into our triangle pose. Think of taking these right ribs and stacking them right on top of the right thigh. Shoulder blades are on the back, and then we reach through those left fingertips up towards the sky. Reach your tailbone for the back of the room. Imagine that there's a wall right behind you, so you can't be sticking out your head, leaning it back or forward. Beautiful job. Our next inhale, we're going to take these left fingertips, we're going to start cartwheeling that arm past the ear. As we start to shift, we'll roll onto the ball of the back foot. We can take our block in our right hand, just place it towards the left side of the mat for our second side. Here you're going to place the palms on the ground, lift the hips high. Inhale, you're going to step that right foot back to meet the left, and then exhale, hips shift up and back, downward facing dog. Again, find the bend in your knees if you need to here, working the chest towards the thighs. And then we switch sides. So inhale, left toes lift nice and high, three-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, come up high on the ball of the right foot. Left knee comes in towards the chest, weight comes forward, and you plant that left foot in between your hands. Again, you can use that left hand to help get that left foot forward. Come onto spidered fingertips, and then we drop that right knee down. Toes tucked or untucked, your choice. Inhale, press into that front foot. Think of squeezing the glutes together, and then the arms sweep up, reach up, and then exhale, opening through the chest. Two more just like that. Inhale, sweeping arms forward and up. Exhale, we open through the chest. Last one, inhale. And exhale. This time we inhale, arms sweep forward and up. And then exhale, right palm is going to plant down right beneath that right shoulder. Left palm connects with the left thigh. Inhale, press left palm into left thigh, spiral the chest open towards the left. Think of reaching the crown of your head forward, lengthen your tailbone towards your right leg on the ground there. And then if you want, you can lift those left fingertips up towards the sky. Think of bringing the shoulder blades onto your back. Look over that left shoulder. The next inhale, we take this left arm and we start cartwheeling it all the way forward. And then we come onto spidered fingertips on either side of that left foot. Next inhale, let's tuck the toes, lift the right knee, and then we blade the back foot. So again, pinky edge side of our back foot parallel with the back of the mat. Inhale, we reach the right arm forward and we reverse cartwheel all the way up into warrior two. So notice right away how this side maybe feels different than the other side. If you want to heel toe your back foot in just because of the range of motion of your hips, that's totally great. Find what works best for you. Working to have our hips even here. So notice if your default is to stick out your back hip. Let's try to work them even. Sink into the front knee. Inhale, exalted warrior. Left fingertips reach up. Look up. Right fingertips find the back leg. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, we straighten our front leg. And this is where, again, you can grab your block or your mason jar if you have it. Place it on the outside of that left shin. And then left leg straight, but notice if you're locking the knee, you can add a little bend. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. Left hip starts to tuck underneath the right. Left palm connects with the block. Now again, bringing those left ribs right on top of the left thigh. Shoulder blades stack. Reach that right arm up. Breathing here. Notice if you're dumping all your weight into that left hand, maybe try lifting it off the block. Use those obliques to hold you up. One more inhale. And exhale. Our next inhale, we take our top arm, start reaching it past our ear all the way forward. We roll onto the ball of the back foot. Move this block off to the side. Palms connect. Step left foot back to meet the right. And let's take a child's pose here. So knees come as wide as the mat, big toes come together. If you have your block, you can place your forehead under your block as you walk the hands forward. And if you don't need the block because your forehead will connect to the mat, that's beautiful. Press in through the palms here for an active child's pose so that you feel your hips moving towards your heels. Beautiful. Those arms are lifted off the mat as you're pressing the palms in. Next inhale, we press in through the palms and allow the forehead to lift. And then exhale, walk the hands back towards the knees. We're going to make our way onto our sit bones. Legs extend out long in front of us. Coming into a variation of shoelace pose. So inhale, bend the right knee, plant the sole onto the ground. And then we're going to cross over. So you could take a figure four variation like we did at the beginning on our backs. Or if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, feel more of a stretch in the outer thigh, we keep crossing this leg right over until we close that gap between our knees. So we're working to get our knees fully together here. Your right foot is still flexed. And feeling this through the IT band into the glutes. Inhale, we sit up nice and tall. You can close your eyes as you exhale. Just one more cycle of breath. Inhale. And we exhale. As you inhale, if you want, you can use the hands to just very gently start moving the leg all the way back till it's extended. And then we switch sides. So inhale, bending the left knee, planting the sole of the foot. And then option one is to take the figure four variation. Option two is to keep moving this leg all the way over until you close that gap between the knees here. Taking whichever variation feels best for you in your body. Your left foot is still flexed, right foot is flexed. We inhale, sit up nice and tall. You can use your fingertips for support. And you exhale. One more cycle just like that. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, again, using the hands on the leg if you'd like to help extend it all the way back out. Make sure you're in the middle of your mat, and we're going to lower all the way down to the ground. Knees can tuck in towards the body. Then you'll plant the soles of your feet onto the mat. Feet are hip width apart, knees pointing up. And when you reach down with your hands, see if you can tickle the backs of your heels with your fingertips. And we're going to allow the palms to rest face down, arms nice and tight in towards the body, coming into bridge pose. So as you inhale, feel the head and the shoulder blades rooted down. Exhale, we press in through the feet, hips lift nice and high. Now you'll notice that the more you press in through the in through the feet, the higher the hips can lift. Breathing here. Still engaging through the core, belly button towards the spine. Think of knitting your ribs together. Beautiful job. One more inhale. And then exhale, you're going to slowly lower down. You're going to lower down a lot slower than you want to. One vertebra at a time until your hips can touch the ground. Inhale, knees to chest. Place your hands either on the shins or the backs of the thighs, then open the knees wider. Kind of like a modified happy baby. You can rock gently from side to side. And then the next inhale, legs will close, arms will reach out open nice and wide, palms face up. And then we'll release one leg down at a time for our final rest. Heels can be as wide as the mat, or they could even be off of the mat if that's comfortable. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back when you arrive, allowing the palms and the chest to be open and receptive. Eyes will close. Breathing here. So when we tend to get stressed, the things that happen most often are our jaw starts to tighten. Our shoulders move up towards our ears. We can clench through the fists, but our hips will also very naturally tighten when we're stressed as well. So as we moved through this class, starting to stretch out the hips, the hip flexors, all those different areas, it's a way that we're also helping ourselves to release the stress that we're holding in our bodies. So here, just check in, see how you're feeling. On the next inhale, we'll just reach the arms up above the head, point through the toes. And then exhale, bend the knees, plant the soles of the feet on the ground. As you inhale, roll onto your left or right side, your choice, whatever feels most comfortable. And then use the palm of the top arm, press it into the ground to bring you up through seated. Find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Bring your palms together, prayer at heart center, letting your thumbs rest against your breastbone. Gently curl the corners of your lips up towards your ears. Give yourself a little smile, expressing gratitude for the work that you did today. Take an inhale and a final exhale. You can flutter your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me for your practice today. And if you'd like to follow along for any other yoga videos or workout classes, there's lots more for you.